Well, hello, Cancer gang. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you have Cancer in your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and you are dealing with someone in some kind of way, relationship, situationship, whatever the case may be, then tune in because this reading might very well be your story, okay? So if you haven't already done so, I hope you will subscribe to my channel, okay? Make sure, regardless, periodically you check your notification bell because from time to time they do get recalibrated and you want to get notified when I upload or go live, okay? And if you want to book a personal reading to get into the specifics of your situation, whether it be about matters of the heart, money, career, whatever, you can. And you can also now book a session, a mentoring type session if you're trying to get a leg up in your healing journey and trying to get over someone. Maybe you feel like you've got some self-beliefs or something of that nature, something holding you back from manifestation. All of the information of how to book those, whether it be a reading or a session, it's in the description box below this video, okay? And of course, y'all, the likes and the comments are very helpful and they also touch my heart. So you get two birds with one stone there, Cancer gang. So with that being said, Cancer gang, without further ado, let's get on to your reading, okay? We're going to get a vibe check on the Cancer gang. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Your person's energy, your energy, and a probable outcome, Cancer gang. Let's get started. Let's get started, Cancer gang. Let's get started. Let's see what we find out about your person's energy and your energy. Okay. All right. You know, you pull the Cancer card here in your person's energy. And you also pull the Gemini card. You know, I'm not too hung up on the zodiac signs typically, but when I see you pull your own card, that's pretty amazing. But anyway, we also pulled Gemini, and then in the minor arcana, we have earth, fire, water. So we don't have air except for Gemini. But, you know, and we have Gemini that has appeared twice, okay? So take what resonates. Don't worry so much about it. It may just be a placement in somebody's chart, okay? With that being, it's more about the energies and the messages behind the cards. So with that being said, Cancer gang, let's get started on the reading. All right. This is a strong, intense connection, okay? And I mean that in the best and the worst, in the most extreme way, in every way that it could be, okay? For the most part, you know, this is a pretty amazing reading, Cancer gang. I mean, let me just say, you may be the new book writers in my channel as far as like how to do it, okay? If this is your story, okay? Because I just am blown away, okay? Blown away. All right, now, let's talk about this thing. All right, let's get down to brass tacks while I get off my being so excited about this reading and the cards that we've pulled today for you. All right, with that being said, in your person's energy, you're definitely a high priority. You know, they are actually a higher priority than you, but hear me out. That's okay. That's healthy. Here's why I say that. The most selfless thing that you can do is put yourself first, because if you're trying to pour from an empty cup, you're no good to anyone, okay? I say this many times, you know, as a parent. My daughter is second, I am first. It has to be that way because I cannot be a good parent to her if I'm not taking care of myself, okay? Does this make sense? So it's kind of like almost by putting myself first, I'm not. Does that make sense? Okay. I know that may be kind of hard to understand, but okay. Hear me out. All right. They are really, really, you know, in my opinion, if this is your story, whoever you're dealing with is extremely mature, has worked through a lot of stuff, is a warrior and a winner all day long, has got you on their mind, okay? The Judgment card is this. They're good at making judgment calls in general. They're good at overcoming obstacles, okay? You may be dealing with some obstacles right now, but are you killing it as a team? Well, everything that I see says that, okay? Your person may be at a distance or have been at a distance even at the beginning or may at times act distant, and maybe that throws you off, okay? And the Magician can be a little bit aloof in its energy sometimes, but I don't see that as a stumbling block or a bad thing. I think if you are dealing with someone, Cancer, who is a bit independent, okay, and that sort of thing, and I know how Cancers can be. Okay, my Venus is in Cancer. Sometimes, we are very, very sensitive people, okay? But don't let that throw you, okay? Because I think this one, all other things being equal, if that's all there is, and then don't let that throw you. Now, if your intuition and you've got red flags outside of that, then this is not your story, okay? And I can't hit every single Cancer on the planet, okay? Understand, not every Cancer is having the same romantic experience. Don't be that person in my comments, okay? All right, let's move along to your energy. Well, you're vibing pretty well, okay? You're vibing really well. Let me tell you why. You've got the King of Wands in the upright, the Nine of Cups in the upright, and the Six of Cups in reverse. And I like all of these, and I will tell you why. All of them. This is good in the reverse, okay? Really, honestly, I like the Six of Cups better in the reverse than in the upright. But at any rate, let's talk this thing through. A lot of maturity. I think this is probably also your perception of your person. You really feel very physically attracted to them. There's a lot of, and I see other cards that speak to what I'm about to say, a lot of intense physical passion here and attraction. It is not all that, but that is strong in this connection, okay? Kudos to you. If you got a weekend coming up with this person, Cancer, have a great time, right? Okay, but anyway, very dynamic, a lot of physical attraction. I think you and or your person, at least in the minds of each other, I think this is probably your perception of each other. In your mind, this person has an energy that kind of fills up the room. Very dynamic, noticed, but in a good way, okay? And respected. Your person or you may be in a leadership position, okay, as well. But you have a lot of respect from others, and your person does too, okay? Kind of captures attention without even trying to. That's the dynamic when the King of Wands in the upright comes up. So let's talk this thing through. All right, in your energy, you have worked through your baggage in the past in a healthy way. You have a healthy outlook of it. You can look back at, past, relationship debacles. There's nothing wrong with the past. We pretty much all have one. It's how you work through it, and whether you do it right, like I talk about in my shadow work playlist, or you do it, where you harbor bitterness, okay? That's the key, okay? If you're still in the mindset that you can, drive by and see an ex and, you want to flip them, or, do this or cuss them out, you're not over this. If you are flexing on social media because you want to get back at your ex, you're not over them. You have not worked through this in a healthy way. This speaks to someone who has, okay? And just, looks back, sees the happiness, definitely got the lesson, okay? Because it's all of those are about lessons, and it's whether or not you get the lesson, or whether that has a lot to do with whether you will repeat that, okay? But you're done with all that, okay? You're done. You got it. You went deep inside. You looked deep. You took that break from dating. You fixed yourself, and, you really started to feel happy and fun alone, okay? And that's what this Nine of Cups is. It is also an independent, healthy energy from within. It's somebody who is completely 100% fine, alone, but very well open to a viable person that came in, if it is a viable person. But it's going to have to add to or match an already beautiful energy that you've got. And if it doesn't work, you don't sweat it. You're totally fine, and you move right along, and da-da-da-da-da, right? Okay, so this is a really, really, if this is not your story and you aspire to this, then pick up the nuggets that I'm giving about how whoever this is story got to this place, okay? Because it's very healthy, okay? So this can help you even if it's not your story, Cancer gang, okay? All right, that's one reason why I take the time I do to explain the cards, the energy, and that sort of thing. And, you know, quite honestly, this person, you know, you, Cancer, if this is your story, where you are, the only reason this is why you attracted this over here, a high vibrational master of manifestation. Because honestly, if you're right here, you might as well have drawn the Magician card about your own energy. So it doesn't matter who's who here. You're matching energy. And these characteristics are true in both people in this relationship. All of these. Boom. Okay. This is how it is supposed to happen. Okay. This is the way it's supposed to be. I may even call the video that whenever I get done. But I want to talk about going forward because it's beautiful. You know, when you are vibing like I just described with those 6 cards that we just saw, you have no problem trusting the process and understanding that just doing your daily energy work and just doing what you're supposed to do every day is going to, you know, put you exactly where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, give you everything that you are manifesting at the time that you vibrationally come into alignment with whatever you're manifesting, okay? Boom. This video has a lot of truth bombs in it. This is the card of patience and divine timing and abundance coming in. The card of the tortoise and the hare, and not to get in a hurry. It speaks to long-term potential with you and your person as well. Speaks to putting in, not having any question, and knowing that putting in just the work that I just described, not too much, but just the right amount, reasonable, that at the end of the season, the harvest comes in, and boy, is it bountiful. Yes, it is. Divine timing all day long. Here's my two of my 3 strong soul connection cards in the deck, one of which is the 1111 card, okay? Marriage and blending of families sometimes here, having children or that sort of thing. Lots of physical passion right here, okay? Very, very intense connection, okay? Probably felt like, you know, felt very comfortable pretty early on, okay? Like you felt like you had known this person for a long time, even whenever you just met them. And if this is your story, I'm happy for you. One of the things that I think will help you on your journey, just as, you know, doing your daily energy work, because we study, we watch videos to help us, right? Self-improvement videos. All of that is a part of daily energy work, okay? And what I would do is just, you know, as soon as you can, hit that twin flame playlist of mine, because that talks about twin flames, soulmates, soul connections, and it gives you energetically what is going on and why it feels so intense and how those things even came to be to begin with, okay? So it's pretty interesting, okay? My take on that thing is a lot different than what you have probably heard from a lot of folks, okay? But I like your connection, Cancer. I really think, you know, as with anything, energies can change. And the Judgment card even reminds you outcomes are never set in stone. So if you like where this is headed, then don't get complacent. Very simple. You keep working to continually raise your vibration. Hopefully your person will too, right? And you just keep the momentum going. Don't get complacent. I don't see that in the cards, but you know, the first thing that can happen sometimes is when somebody, you know, feels like everything is going well, they'll get complacent, and that's normal. It is. Being in a beautiful relationship in and of itself can be a distraction, okay? And don't let that distract you from how you got here to begin with, because, you know, you don't want to see this change, right? You don't want to reverse manifest, okay? With that being said, I want to pull you guys a quote from my 3x5 deck. This is how it's done. Yep, that's going to be the name of the video, Cancer Gang. This is how it's done, because this tells the story in a nutshell of how it happens, okay? It's the short version, okay? So let's get a quote for you, okay? Why are you looking for love? You are love. Well, if this was your story, you already knew that, but it reinforces it. And Cancer Gang, if this was your story, you gave us inspiration that, you know, the ones who are still, you know, working on themselves to learn some truths from what you have done, right? That's what this is all about, learning from each other. And, you know, talking about healing and going inside your shadow. If you are willing to feel it, you are willing to heal it. And this one is very important. John or Jane Kilborn, I don't know which, addiction. And this is addiction to people, okay? And looking to people to numb pain. What we're talking about here, this has nothing to do with substance abuse. When I talk about addiction, it talks about addiction to a person or people and looking outside of yourself for filling up your cup because you feel lonely, okay? Or sad or incomplete. Okay, so hear me out. Addiction begins with the hope that something out there can instantly fill up the emptiness and the void inside. And hint, hint, it can't, okay? It has to come from within. And I know that's a hard concept to grasp. It requires getting still and quieting the mind and really working through stuff. I like this too. That discomfort you're feeling, it's a sign that it's time to grow, level up, and shift into something bigger. Lean into it. Lean into that uncomfortable feeling, right? Outside the comfort zone is where the magic happens. Inside, stagnation. Yep. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching. Many blessings. And thank you so much, Cancer Gang. If that was your story, thank you for allowing me to read it because it was fun. Always a pleasure to read for you guys. Thank you so much.